my gosh, welcome back everybody to episode 2 of In the Grid with Ingrid. Let me just tell you what happened just now to me, okay? It's very similar to what just happened. What was it? Not yesterday, but the day before. Also, wait, hold on, real quick. You get a different angle of my room, and it's not the cleanest one, okay? I don't want to hear it. I probably should have filmed this after I cleaned because I plan on cleaning my room today, but I couldn't wait till I cleaned because let me tell you what just happened. I was on TikTok and that app is testing my last nerve. I swear I'm gonna delete it. If I keep getting frightening videos on my For You page, I'm just gonna delete it. I'm done. This morning's was a Lin-Manuel Miranda one, which never helps anyone. And, my TikTok was, glitching out, so I didn't know who, made it. I didn't know if it was his account or, just some random account, but it was most definitely Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it was, in a dark, outside. It was dark outside, and he comes on this penny board. He's on a penny board, and he emerges from the darkness on this penny board, and he's singing, "We don't need to talk about Bruno," we don't need to talk about Bruno, or I don't really fucking know if it was from a song of his, or just, I don't know who Bruno is, but no, we don't need to be talking about him if that's what you're gonna do. I immediately left the app, and I got out of bed, and I was like, no, not today, we're starting a podcast, or I'm gonna make a podcast episode. No, I'm not doing whatever that was. That was frightening. I did not enjoy that whatsoever. So here we are. I didn't have time to clean. I was done. I was done. I swear. Anyways, today on the agenda is to make my grid, the Bingrid Grid. Now, I knew that one canvas was not going to be enough space. And so I split it and put it on 2. Hold on, I'm going to have to set my microphone down for a lot of this episode. So I'm sorry, but again, it's not plugged into anything, so it won't make a difference really. But it will make a difference to, I feel like, the overall quality. Ooh. Anyways, here's what I've done so far. So I went ahead and did the grid by myself. Because I figured if I did that on a podcast, it would be way too long. Because this took me so freaking long. And it's not even the same. These are not the same square. And look at these. I had to fit in the D. And surprise now, there's more segments than I originally intended. Sorry, instead of 3 rows, I did 4 rows. It's fine. Anyways, I can talk with my microphone. Okay. So I'm going to make the Bingrid Grid, and basically I have all my segments written out. I'm going to need to make 7 more. But I'm basically just going to go through the list and put them in random boxes. And then as I put them in the box, I'm going to give a little brief explanation of what it is. And then later I'll make it all colorful and nice, but we probably won't have time for that today. Anyway, so let's get started, shall we? So the first one on my list is a classic, Storytime. Now, often my story times, will end in a lesson. That lesson can either be a stupid lesson or a good one. So, and oftentimes my story times, I branch off and talk about so many different things within just one story. We saw how that happened on the previous episode, didn't we? My whole nap, then to Digby, then to the spider, video, and then to crossword, and then to Boris Johnson. Anyway, story time. That's basically what the segment is going to be. If I draw that, then I'll just think of a story to tell you guys, and oftentimes I will have a lesson at the end. There is a point to my madness. So let's just put it, again, I'm just going to put it in random spots. Let's go R1, story time. And I might make it nice and add little drawings, but who knows? I'm not very artistic. Well, my kind of art that I make is not, it's just doodles. It's literally just doodles. Anyways, life advice is the next segment. Now, this is very similar to story time, but really I just needed space. I need 28 segments, guys. So if a lot of them are similar to each other, then so be it. But, you know, life advice is really, okay, so here's the difference, though, with storytime and life advice. Storytime, there's a chance that it could be, like, serious and interesting, but life advice is almost more guaranteed to be interesting and on the more serious side than storytime. So, those life advice, those might get deep. Who knows? Depends how I'm feeling that day. Let's go I2, life advice. And those is obviously just take it or leave it. I mean, you really don't have to listen to me. I'm only 18 years old. I need an eraser. Hold on. Oh, again, don't look in my room right now. I would just like to point out, too, that I am holding the microphone still as I'm doing this. Turns out I can do it with just one hand. Why does it look like that? Oh, no. I need better lighting, but it's okay. I didn't want to do this on my desk because my desk is messy right now, and I didn't want to clean it because I was very rushed. I saw the Lin-Manuel Miranda TikTok, and I immediately rolled out of bed, grabbed my phone, and started filming this. Like, I did not have time. I did not have time to do anything in prep. I just felt the need, the urge. Okay, the next segment, don't even get me started. This one's one of my favorites. It's going in B1, the top spot, the top corner. It's basically where I'm going to get a random topic, and I'm just going to go off on it. Don't even get me started on naps, for instance, you know? And the funny thing with this one is, I'm just going to, like, a random topic generator. Like, just so random. Just go off on it. Even if I don't think it's a bad thing, I'm still going to, like, don't even get me started on it. It's fun. All right, next segment is a short one. So if we get one of these, then I might do something else, like, within the podcast. But it's what's in Ingrid's bag. Because you all know I carry some weird stuff in my adventure backpack all the time. What's in Ingrid's bag? Who knows? It changes all the time. The next one is also a quick one, but it has the potential to be a lengthy one. Fit check. Fit check is our next one. We're going to put it over in the D section. Okay, this D one is very small compared to the other ones. So, anyway. The next segment, let me put you on to something. It's basically, I feel like it's self-explanatory. I'll be like, let me put you on to something. Hammocks. Let me put you on to something. Vinyls. Alright? And basically, I'm like, let me put you on to something, guys. So, yeah. Let's go. I2. Let me on to into something. Okay, next, Astrogrid. Okay, this is my favorite. Astrogrid, basically I'm going to talk about astronomy. Obviously. So, let's put it in a prime spot. I'm thinking like maybe N3, Astrogrid. And it could be something that I've recently learned, or me explaining something, or just something new in the space news. Who knows? The next one, this one is going to be interesting. Cooking with Ingrid. These next few are very similar, but it would make for a great episode. All right, so we've got Cooking with Ingrid, the next self-explanatory. I'm just gonna cook and see where it takes us. The next one, Crocheting with Ingrid. Same concept, just gonna start crocheting and talk. Next one, Knitting with Ingrid. Again, guys, I just need space. I need to fill 28 boxes. All right, with different things I can do, and I can't do much. So, Crafting with Ingrid. This is not Minecraft, okay, guys? This is like making a craft, like drawing or like crafting, not Minecraft crafting, just legit crafting. Like I could do like origami or all of the things that I'm not very talented at, which would make for a very interesting segment. Crafting with Ingrid. And here's one, Gaming with Ingrid. I was going to say like Minecrafting with Ingrid, but I've recently gotten into Animal Crossing. Like I got it a while ago and I went on for like a couple days and then I stopped. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And I just stopped, and then I recently got back on and played, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm getting the hang of this. I get the appeal. I'm into this now. And so now I'm into it. I just got my house. I just moved out of the tent. And now I have to pay freaking Tom Nook 98,000 bells. And I don't. Anyways, another segment is Digby's movie thoughts. So, Digby, as some of you know who follow him on Instagram, if you don't follow, highly suggest following Digby_Slatum on Instagram. He's my son, again. We know this from the previous episode. And he's, in his bio, it says he's an aspiring movie critic. And so, this segment is when Digby will give some of his movie thoughts on about a recent film he watched. Because he is an inspiring movie critic, and I want to do my best to support him, because I am the #1 dad. All right? Now, this next segment is going to be a great one. It's called Outside the Grid. It's basically where I have to do something that's not on this grid. Think outside the box, outside the grid. It's basically like a free space. So I'm trying to put it in the middle, but the amount of boxes I have, there is no middle. So, there's like a middle of 4 squares. And those are the prime ones. Outside the Grid, Astrogrid, Crocheting with Ingrid, and oh my gosh. Okay. I just had a great idea for Outside the Grid. I could go outside. Oh my gosh! Okay, yeah, I love that. I love that. That's cool. Next segment, Crossword with Ingrid. Again, guys, I just needed space, and I feel like the New York Times, when I printed out that crossword puzzle yesterday, I just felt like, I can't do this. I don't know why I thought I could just do a crossword completely by myself. So I thought it would be very entertaining if we did it together. So, yeah. Next segment is Ingrid's thoughts on life. This is basically kind of like life advice, but more philosophical. Does that make sense? I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Ingrid's thoughts on life. Now, I just realized there's 2 eyes in this bingo card. Because if you draw like eye 2, you don't know which eye 2 it is. So I'm going to do like, this is A, This is B. So I2A or I2B. There we go. We problem solve in this household. Okay, Ingrid's thoughts on life. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, thoughts on life. I just share my thoughts because they're interesting to me. Oh, this one's a great one. I'm going to put this in a prime spot in the middle. This is read a book. I'm literally just going to read a chapter of a book aloud to you. And we can read it together. Like, I have this book. I already know what book I want to read aloud on my podcast. Let me get it real quick. Alright, it's this book. It's called Hitman Anders and the Meaning of It All by Jonas Jonasson. Now, for those of you who don't realize how amazing this book find is, me and my cousins found this in a used bookstore in, I want to say, Monterey area. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Or it could have been Hendy Woods area. Don't know. But my older brother, I have 3 older brothers, Espen, Anders, and Jonas. So I found a book that's called Hitman Anders. My older brother's name's Anders. By Jonas Jonasson. It would have been a crime if I didn't buy this immediately and have it in my possession. Now let me read the back, the synopsis, all right? Killer for hire Anders is fresh out of prison and trying to keep his head down when he meets 2 unlikely new business partners at a 1-star hotel. One, an atheist former Protestant vicar fired from her church, and the other the hotel's receptionist, the ruined grandson of an ex-millionaire. Together they cook up an idea for an enterprising venture involving Swedish gangsters that is set to make them all a fortune, until, all of a sudden, and to everyone's surprise, Anders finds Jesus. The perfect plan, if it weren't for Hitman Anders' curiosity about the meaning of it all. In conversations with the vicar, he turns to Jesus, and against all odds, Jesus answers him. Anders' sudden interest in religion might be good for his soul, but it's not good for business, and the vicar and the receptionist have to find a new plan, quick. A wildly funny and unexpected, as Jonasson's previous bestseller. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be funny and humorous and not at all actually you need to find Jesus. But I think that's hilarious. I just love and until all of a sudden Anders finds Jesus. That's so funny. So this is the book. When we land on read a book, I'm going to read a chapter from this book. And if, I do something and it's, really quick, like a fit check or what's in Ingrid's bag, I might just read a chapter of this. But I promise you guys that I won't read ahead. That we'll read this together. Okay, so read a book. Next. Next segment is learn something new. Now this is very self-explanatory. I feel like this segment is giving me very much Bill Nye. Learn something new. That's so much Bill Nye. But yeah, it could be I look up something that I don't understand. I don't understand, okay, this might. No, I'm not going to say that. Barbarian King upgraded to level 6. I'm really into Clash of Clans now, guys. My family got me into it. Anyways, next segment is just called Haul. And it's basically going to be let me give you, it's a haul. I call it a haul, but maybe it would be better to give you a tour. Because it's going to be let me give you a haul of all my vinyls. Or let me give you a haul of all my books. Or all of my little pigs, or stuff like that. So maybe it would be better to say tour. Let me give you a tour of my vinyls. Let's just say tour/haul. I don't know what it is. Next is what's in the news. we're just going to go through the news. And I'm going to give my commentary on it. It's not going to be like, okay, it's not going to be very serious. It's probably going to be space news, all right? Because that's all the news I look at. I don't really look at the other stuff because it makes me sad and upset. I just like looking at the space stuff. So, yeah, gotta sharpen the pencil. All right, my dad gave me an idea for this one. It's gonna be top 11 blank. And it's basically gonna be Ingrid's top 11 books. Or I feel like 11 is too much. I should lower it. I didn't want to do top 10 or top 5 because that's too predictable. So maybe like top 6. Ingrid's top 6 books, Ingrid's top 6 vinyls, Ingrid's top 6 movies, etc., etc. So, oh, and because I need space and I ran out on my list, and I need 1, 2, 7 more, let's do top 6 and then bottom 6. Yeah, that's good. Let's put it over here. So it'll be my least favorite, whatever. That's good. I like that. All right, guys, we need just 6 more. 6 more segments. I was thinking about just repeating some. And I honestly might do that. Like my favorites get a higher chance of doing those. Like read a book. I am reading a book, guys. That is so, I'm going to put another one of those. Because I want to get it enough to where we actually can get through this book together. Let's put another one. This is my podcast. I can do what I want. I can do what I want. Let's put another Astro Grid. Because I love space. And let's do another outside the grid. And let's do another story time. And then let's do another, we can think of one more. We just need one more. Actually, I don't think I can think of one more. No. Let's do another read a book. There's gonna be 4 read a books. It's fine. I think that's a funny idea. Cool. So, we made our grid, guys. We have all of our segments. And now, I'm gonna go make it look nice and pretty. So, thank you for joining me on episode 2. Stay clear of Lin-Manuel Miranda because, he's a musical genius who wrote Hamilton and In the Heights and all these great musicals, but he is frightening. He scares me. Ever since that trend on TikTok with that stupid selfie, the stupid selfie of him biting his lip, I've never been the same when I see that man's face. It triggers me. It takes me back to that trend where I lived in fear every second of stumbling upon a video with that picture popping up. All right, so now that's just conditioned me to always feel fear when I see Lin-Manuel Miranda's face. Nothing against the guy, he makes great music, but anyways, I'm gonna head out. Oh, and you may have noticed, for those of you watching, I did shave my head. Yeah, I thought I was way more confident in my abilities to give myself a haircut, and it didn't work out, and so I had to end up shaving it, but it's okay. It's fine. All right, bye, have fun.